everybody, I hope that you are well. My name is Christiane and welcome to my channel Backpacking Bananas. I am currently backpacking Albania. I just arrived here overland from Montenegro on the bus into a little city called Skoder, and in today's vlog I am going to be doing a whole lot of hiking. The most popular hike supposedly to do in Albania is up in the north from Valbona, from a little village called Valbona to a little village called Theth. Now this is a route that you can only do via hiking because it's fully through the mountainous Balkans, and so for me this journey is actually already started. So in Skoder I was recommended to stay at the Wanderers Hostel, which is where I stayed last night. I was recommended there because they just have the best knowledge of everything to do in the area and they can help you set up how to do this hike, because you kind of need to leave from Skoder because Skoder is the biggest city where you're going to be leaving your bags. Everything started at the Wanderers Hostel and I had them book everything for me because this little adventure is something that you can book yourself. However, I don't trust myself in my own research. I just decided to fully put my trust in the hands of those at the Wanderers Hostel, which I'm very happy to do because they have a lot more knowledge of the area than I do. Yesterday they booked everything for me and we woke up at 6 a.m. this morning to have breakfast in the hostel, and then at 6:30 we set off on a bus from Skoder to Koman, which was a 2-hour bus ride, and that cost 800 lek. We then transferred onto a ferry and had a 3-hour ferry ride from Koman to the little village of Ferry, and that ticket cost 1000 lek. And then we got picked up by another vehicle and got taken from 1 hour from Ferry to Valbona. And all of that travel has led me to where I am right now in Valbona National Park. Well, I don't know if I'm in the national park right now. It looks like it. But I'm in the little village of Valbona and there's no shops or anything here. There's not even like hotels and hostels. It's just guest houses. And so the accommodation that they book you is where you stay for the night, but also providing you your meals. So the place that the hostel has recommended and booked for us is called Guesthouse Arben Selimaj. That is actually the name. And so we arrived earlier and this is where we are going to be staying for the night. So we arrived recently at the guest house and I'm just in awe. This entire area, and as we were driving as well, is just stunning. My jaw was dropping, and so I guess the first thing that I want to do is give you a little tour of our guest house. So here it is. Here is our beautiful guest house nestled right in the middle of the mountains. So we have to drop off our shoes here and change into slippers. And this is one of the rooms, which has a couple of single beds, bunk beds. I have somehow managed to luck out with this double bed for the night. Absolute win, and I don't believe I'm sharing with anyone. And then there's another room there. And then this, I guess, is the staff headquarters, at least that's what I think it is, and where we'll be eating. So there's an indoor dining area, kitchens through there, and this is a lovely big map of the whole Valbona region. So how it's going to work. Today we travelled to Valbona. Tomorrow we are hiking from Valbona to Theth. We're staying the night in Theth, and then the next day we will travel from Theth via bus back to Skoder. Something that I didn't tell you earlier. I've left my suitcase in Skoder. So I packed my tropic feel, just like day backpack with a couple of nights worth of stuff and my hiking stuff, because this is actually what's going to come with me on the hike. So obviously I wasn't going to bring my big backpack or my suitcase or my valuables bag or anything. So everything's been left at the hostel in Skoder, and when we return there, I'll get my things back. So logistically, that is how it's working over these few days. And I love doing excursions like this. Just something a bit different, something which like really gets you out into the wilderness where you can't bring your bags and you're overnight and you're staying in these guest houses. So this guest house costs €25 per night, and that includes dinner, it includes breakfast, and I believe that they're going to be giving us a packed lunch to take on the hike tomorrow. So I think all in all, it's a pretty good deal. Something that I have noticed is they kind of charge things in euros and in Albanian lek here in Albania, which is a bit confusing to try and wrap your head around and like wrap your currencies around, but we move. It's something that we've got to deal with. I've got XE currency app on my phone helping me with all the conversions, and that's how we're doing things. So because we've arrived at the guest house at like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, obviously there's still a fair amount of daylight and we want to go explore the area today just to make the most of being here. So I am with, don't tell me, Nikolai. Yeah. Nikolai from Russia and Dario from Spain, and there are a few others who have stayed at the house, and we're going on a little hike, different to the one that we're going to be doing tomorrow. This one is to Kuraj. It should be like 4 or 5 kilometers there and then back again, but we'll see how far we go. We don't want to tire ourselves out too much today because tomorrow is going to be the big hike. The center of Valbona. You see a lot more buildings here, though still not many buildings. I feel like this place is rather under construction, but also a lot of ruins. I'm not really sure how to describe it, to be honest. Very beautiful though, just literally 360-degree views looking up at the mountains. I don't know where the boys have gone. To the rock? What are they doing at the rock? They're both climbers, so I think they're assessing the rock for its climbability. So we don't want to tire ourselves out too much for tomorrow. It's another 40 minutes to the viewpoint, so we're not going to go there, and we're going to finish the summit here, which is not quite a summit, but it's as far as we have decided to go today.
It's our summit.
Yes, but we've done pretty good, to be fair. 4.13 kilometers up to this point and 307 meters in elevation, and obviously we've got to go back, so all in all it's going to be about just over 8 kilometer out and back hike.
Albanian dinner is waiting for us.
Yes. Not bad for a warm-up as well. Tomorrow's the big deal. I don't know if you can see this, but the rain is coming down, but that's not going to stop us from having some dinner. Yummy. We've got some nice hearty warm soup, which is definitely nice in this weather. We've got some rice and a burek of some description. Looks like it's got some tomato and things in there. And there's a salad. Good morning. The wake up call has been like 6:15 AM this morning, and breakfast is ready. Okay, I've paid up my bill here, which is either 3,000 Albanian lek or €25. I chose to pay in lek, and I've got my backpack on and we're ready to party or hike up a mountain. So I've chosen to wear like my linen-y shorts, but then sport shorts on underneath. It will be cold at the top, but taking the advice I received hiking in Montenegro the other day, if it rains, and it is expected to rain today, I don't want to wear leggings, because then if they get wet, then I'm just going to get freezing. It's better off that just like my legs are the things that gets wet if it rains. And then I've got my raincoat, and then pretty much just all the warm layers that I actually own and brought on this backpacking trip, because this is actually the only hike that I was planning on doing on the whole backpacking trip. So I feel equipped for the day. I've got my Tropic Feel cruiser backpack with all my bits in, which is good, and it's like water resistant. I hope we don't get rained on too much. The rain's supposed to roll in around 11 o'clock, so we should get a solid like 3 hours of hiking before the rain comes in, hopefully. But right now we're just about to get picked up by a taxi from the guest house, which takes us just 10 minutes down the road to the actual start point of the hike. And then the taxi's just waiting for us over the bridge. By the way, I've just got my trainers. I didn't bring my hiking boots with me on this trip because I didn't want to lug my hiking boots around for 5 weeks just for one day of hiking. Hopefully my trainers will be all right today. They may not be so good in the wet, but I shall report back as to how this hike is in trainers. Start. Okay, so the trek has started. I'm mapping it on All Trails. The All Trails is actually a there and back, so we're only doing half of what it says, which is good. And it's just nice to follow a trail. I think it is like quite like fairly trodden and will be easy to follow, but I just feel safer knowing that we are following something on GPS as well. Here we are. Hey, let's go. It seems that like there's these adventure jeeps which may be dropping people off even further down the trail. Oh well, we'll walk it. Okay, here we go. We see the sign for Theth. 9.5 kilometers from here. Let's go. We are well and truly into the point where it is a steep incline. So just trying to go slowly but surely, staying hydrated, having little sweets just to keep our energy levels up. The start was so easy, it was so flat, and then just suddenly it just goes boof about 3 or 4 kilometers in. But the views are very nice. At least when you stop you can look back at the views. Look at this, it's a cafe on the trail. Oh, and we found Dario. Dario's been ahead for a while, but of course we find you in the cafe. The coffee is 500 lek here, which is just under €5, so it's quite a lot, understandably. And we were told by, oh, the Dutch guy, there was a Dutch guy in our guest house who said that there's 2 cafes along the way. There's one on the way up, which is this one, where it's 500 lek, and then there's one on the way down where it's about half the price. I think if everyone's happy, I think we probably won't stop at this one and then treat ourselves to one on the way down. If I get sick, this will be why. Oh, it's cold. Oh, it's really cold. Hi, I'm happy. Look at this. Incredible. The sunnies are on. The hair's up off my neck. It's getting warm. We've reached a nice little stop-off point with a very nice view. We've done 6.72 kilometers, 553 meters of elevation, and it's been almost 2.25 hours. Wow. I'm still following the All Trails. I don't know if you can see that, just to make sure that we're on track. It just keeps going up. Okay, we've reached a massive slab of snow. Gonna have to be a little bit careful here because that's a bit icy. We can see the top, at least we think. That little peak there is the top of where we're going today. Okay, so we have reached the point where we've got the Valbona Valley here, and then we've got the Theth Valley here. So it's kind of our halfway top point. However, we're just going to do an extra 5 minutes up this hill here to get the best view of everything, and then we'll be heading back down this way into Theth. It's taken us just under 3 hours to get to this point, 8.26 kilometers, 778 meters of elevation gain, and 1,000 calories burnt, the most important. Yo! High five! High five! Good job! Thanks. There it is. Here we are. So now we press on to Theth. Great news, we've made it to the next cafe, the cheaper cafe, at least that's what we've been told. And I, for one, want a coffee or just any beverage, to be honest. Would be lovely. I feel like we're coming down a lot quicker than what we went up. This view though, absolutely beautiful. I've fallen behind as a group because I was just looking on all trails on my phone. There's a point here where there's like a fork, and this is why I'm really glad that I'm following the all trails, because like obviously I can see, okay, it's this fork, not that fork, because although it's a trodden path, not every single turning is signposted, so it's useful. And actually I'm doing a sponsored TikTok with All Trails for this hike, which is really exciting because I've been using All Trails for over a year now and I absolutely love it. This video isn't sponsored. However, I feel like I can tell you here that I do have a discount code for All Trails where you can get 30% off if you use my code BANANAS, or I'll put the link in the description as well. And that gets you 30% off the premium membership, which allows you to download the maps offline, which is quite paramount when you're doing these hikes in the wilderness, because it means that it's going to continue working even when you have no service whatsoever. You're going to be able to navigate your route. Very, very important. That and a portable charger is just, I think, paramount for doing hikes like this. So yeah, get your discount code on All Trails. Just like 12:15, so we have decided that it's lunchtime, and we were given provisions to make sandwiches this morning by our guest house host. So I just have a sandwich with tomato and cheese and cucumber. I also bought snacks at the supermarket back in Skoder. So it's a scenic lunch. I don't think we actually have that much to go, maybe like 45 minutes or an hour, but we just thought when we've got the lovely view here that it would be nice to stop. We have done it, we have arrived in the little town of Theth. Now we just got to get to our guest house. We've had a look on Google Maps and it says it's a 20-minute walk, 1.7 kilometers on like a flat road. So we've decided, you know, we've come this far, we might as well walk it. You can get a taxi at this point, but I don't think we need to. It's still the middle of the day, it's beautiful weather, we're all feeling fine. So yeah, we're just gonna walk to our guest house from here. We fully completed the hike. It was an absolute success. So let me tell you the stats, including walking all the way to the guest house here a little bit south in Theth. It took us a total of 6 hours, from Valbona. The total distance was 17.92 kilometers with an average pace of 20 minutes and 8 seconds per kilometer. We burnt 1,697 active calories and an elevation gain of 841 meters, and a beautiful day. It didn't rain at all, so we were very happy about that. And we have of course arrived in our guest house in Theth. It's called Guesthouse Dreni and it's absolutely stunning, so let me give you a little tour. This is what it looks like, and this is the surrounding area. Just absolutely stunning. There's really cute communal areas. Hello. With benches and tables, and then you go through here. And this is where we checked in, and this is the dining area. And then you go upstairs. The guys are hanging out. I have been napping here-ish for like an hour. And there's actually 2 floors, and my bedroom is in here. So there's 3 just single beds, no bunk beds, thankfully. And I'm sharing with 2 girls who I actually haven't met yet. She just said to me, "Oh, do you mind sharing with 2 random girls?" I was like, "No, it's fine." So they're there, I'm here, and we got a nice, lovely big bathroom. And what I'm going to do now is shower because, well, I feel sweaty. Almost 18 kilometers of walking. Yeah, I also have a headache, which makes me think I need to drink water. But no, this guest house is gorgeous, and there's Wi-Fi here as well. So it's a very good recommendation from the Wanderers Hostel. And it's the same price, it's 25 euros, and that includes dinner tonight and breakfast in the morning. Good morning, everyone. It's another beautiful morning in the Albanian mountains. We woke up this morning and just had breakfast that was included in the guest house. It was like a buffet breakfast. I never really know what to do with these Albanian breakfasts because it's just a lot of different foods, and I struggle to know, like, I'm very British in this sense. I'm like, why is it not just one whole meal? Why is it all these picky things? What do I eat first? What do I pair with what? My brain can't quite comprehend it. But anyway, that was breakfast. And I had a coffee as well. And we ate outside and it was gorgeous. Some of the guys who we hiked with yesterday are doing another hike today to something that's called the Blue Eye. It's another big hike, like a 6 or 7 hour round trip. To be honest, I would have loved to have joined them and stay another night here. But unfortunately, I do have a bit of a time limit here in Albania because I have to get down to Corfu in 10 days. And also my lovely friend Karen has just arrived in Tirana, and she is going to be joining me for the rest of the Albania trip and in Corfu. So yeah, I don't have a lot of time to play around with, so I will be leaving Theth today. The guest house have booked the bus for us to head back to Skoder. So in about half an hour's time at 10:30, we'll be getting the bus back to Skoder to pick up my bags. I feel all right this morning, you know, like in terms of my muscles. Oh, and by the way, there was 2 other girls in this room last night, and they were very, very nice, both from Holland. So that was nice. Yeah, my legs feel all right. I feel good. I feel like these are really good training for me for Pakistan. And if I wake up the next day feeling all right, I'm like, yeah, I've got this. Yeah, it would have been cool to do another hike today. Just don't have the time, but maybe it's something to do when I next come to Albania, you know? I don't know when that's going to be. I don't know when I will return to Albania, but I do get a little bit of joy / peace in knowing that when / if I do return, there will be things, amazing things to do that I have never done before. This is like my new mentality, because I used to kind of beat myself up about if I'm leaving a destination having not done everything in that destination, and I used to think, you know, I didn't do everything and that's silly. But now my new mentality is, you know what, actually, that's a good thing, because when I return, I will now have something to do which I've never done before, just to keep the new and exciting challenge alive of always trying and doing new things. A positive spin on that aspect. But yeah, I'm going to finish packing my bag over there now, and then we'll be catching the bus. Here it is, our ride back to Skoder. Oh, I'm gonna miss this view. It's a Skoder?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm with half of the team. We're just on the bus. It costs 1,200 lek per person, and I think it's around 2 hours. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would highly recommend doing this hike from Valbona to Theth if you are in the Balkans. It was absolutely spectacular, just the whole entire day. There's actually another hike in Theth that I would have loved to have done called the Blue Eye, but I guess I will just have to save that for the next time I find myself in the Balkans. I had to dash off from Skoder to Tirana, where I will be meeting my friend Karen, but you will see more of that in the next video. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!